Good day, everyone. In today's presentation, I will discuss the role of the human brain in shaping innovative learning in higher education, focusing on insights from educational neuroscience. The brain significantly influences how students engage in learning and how well they perform academically, particularly by supporting processes such as attention, focus, and memory. Educational neuroscience provides evidence that learning is strengthened when teaching methods are designed to match how the brain processes and retains information. For this reason, higher education classrooms are increasingly moving toward collaborative and active learning approaches because students learn better when they do more than simply listen, they think, interact, and apply knowledge. Interactive and technology-supported learning environments can further strengthen learning by encouraging brain plasticity, which means learners can adapt and improve through experience. Overall, the goal is to create learning conditions that support both deep learning and long-term growth, including lifelong learning. Building on this foundation, learning facilitation is presented as a key strategy for promoting outcomes such as critical thinking, creativity, and independent problem solving competencies that university students need. When teachers and learners are aligned in the learning process, classroom. Thank you.
This presentation focuses on the background of neuroscience in higher education. Research shows that brain development continues even in adulthood, meaning university students are still developing learning abilities. Cognitive neuroscience explains that memory, attention, and emotions strongly influence how students learn and perform academically. Neuroscience principles support effective teaching practices in modern education. Active learning methods such as discussions and group activities assist in strengthening brain connection, improve understanding, and increase recall of information. In addition, brain-based facilitation methods promote adaptive learning behaviors that contribute to better academic achievements in university. Overall, understanding how the brain works can help educators create more effective and supportive learning environments for students.
Good day, everyone. My name is Karimiti S, and I'm presenting background. This slide focuses on learning facilitation and brain-based teaching approaches within higher education. Learning facilitation involves guiding students to think critically, solve problems independently, and actively participate during learning activities. Neuroscience studies indicate that effective interaction between lecturers and students positively influence understanding and academic performance. David Esco and others, 2023, explained that brain synchronization between teachers and learners contribute to stronger engagement during classroom activities. Furthermore, supportive learning environment improve student motivation, emotional well-being, and cognitive development. Uh, teaching enhanced teach in teaching you sorry I mean to say technology enhanced teaching method also stimulate different brain regions, encouraging deeper understanding and collaborative learning. Therefore, neuroscience informed facilitation method are increasingly recognized as important tool for improving higher education teaching practice and learning outcome. Thank you, and I will hand over to the next person to present.
Let me now walk you through 5 key neuroscience principles that directly inform effective facilitation in higher education. Number 1, we have memory. Our brains are not designed to remember everything we hear once. Research shows that spaced repetition and retrieval practice, in other words, revisiting content and intervals are testing yourself, actually strengthen neural pathways. As facilitators, we should build in regular reviews and low-stake quizzes, not as assessment but as learning tools. Number 2, we have attention. The human brain has limited attentional capacity. If we present too much information at once, cognitive overload sets in and learning stops. To prevent this, facilitators need to use varied stimuli, changing activities every 10 to 15 minutes, and interactive tasks that keep students actively engaged rather passively listening. Number three, we have emotion. This is often overlooked. Emotions and learning are deeply connected. A positive, low stress environment enhances memory and recall. Conversely, high anxiety or fear shuts down learning. As facilitators, we must create emotionally safe classroom where students feel supported, respected, and willing to take intellectual risk. Number four, we have brain synchrony. This is fascinating finding from recent neuroscience studies by David and colleagues in 2023 show that when a teacher and student's brain actively aligns, what we call brain-to-brain synchrony, learning outcomes improve significantly. How do we achieve this? Through real-time questioning, responding to student confusion immediately, building building support, and maintaining shared focus. Lastly, we have plasticity. Unlike old beliefs that the adult brain is fixed, we now know the brain remains plastic, changeable throughout life. Every meaningful repeated activity reshapes neural connections. This means lifelong learning is not just a philosophy, it is biology. For facilitators, this means designing repeated meaningful activities that gradually build complicity. Thank you.
Technology alone does not teach, but technology guided by a neuroscience activate multiple brain areas for deeper learning. Here are four examples. The first one is interactive simulation. They engage visual and motor context. Student learning by doing, not just watching. The second one is online discussion forum. They activate language and social processing network. Student process multiple perspective. The third one is gamified quizzes. They trigger the brain dopamine reward system. This make recall practice motivating, not boring. The last one, video lectures with pauses. They respect our brain attention limits. Strategic pauses allow memory consolidation. The key insight is technology and neuroscience is equal to effective learning engagement. Now let's move to the case example. Now, a real research example, the Visco and colleagues measured the brain activity of student and a teacher during university. What did they find? When a student brain patterns align with a teacher brain patterns, it's called a brain-to-brain synchrony. That student achieve better learning outcome. Learning is not just an information transfer, it is a shared neurological experience. Thank you.
Morning everyone, my name is Matera Kutazo and I'll be presenting the last slide, which is conclusion. And in our conclusion, as a group, we discovered that the human brain continues to develop throughout adulthood, which means learning can continue at every stage of life. Memory, attention, and emotions are strongly connected to academic success because students learn better when they are focused, motivated, and emotionally supported. We also learned that brain synchronicity between teachers and students improves learning outcomes by creating better engagement and understanding in the classroom. And we also found that active, collaborative, and supportive teaching methods strengthens brain connections and encourage deeper learning. Technology guided by neuroscience can activate different brain regions and make learning more engaging and effective. We also found that understanding the brain helps educators and students. Thank you.